country engagement model is a mechanism for realization of the World Bank Group twin goals at the country level. It's underpinned two instruments: systematic country diagnosis, SCD, and country partnership framework, CPF.
In doing this evaluation, IEG responded to a request from the board of directors to assess the implementation of the SCD-CPF model as a centerpiece of the new World Bank Group country engagement model. The purpose being, first, to assess how the SCD-CPF model is being implemented. Second, identify early successes and best practices. And third, to identify lessons and recommendations for enhancing the country engagement model.
So broadly speaking, as this evaluation suggests, the early experience has been positive. So we have been able to use the SCD to strengthen the analytical basis by which country programming decisions are made within the World Bank. We've also been able to use the SCD to disseminate the wealth of knowledge that's generated as part of this analytical work, and therefore it serves as a very useful public good for the World Bank and the countries in which it operates. And finally, I think this process has led to stronger working relationships among staff across the bank, MIGA and IFC, and that has been helpful and will be helpful as we go forward.
So in the SCD and CPF process, there have been many opportunities now for MIGA to participate more fully in the process. What has really worked well for us is really the fact that we are now included in the entire dialogue from the SCD process through the CPF process, and we are integrated into the World Bank Group. This really hadn't happened in the past, and this is an area where MIGA can leverage its understandings of the country situation with our colleagues. That has really worked well for us.
The new country engagement for the STD and CPF has worked really well for both the IFC and the bank. The collaboration has been seamless. Both benefited from each other, and it was truly a joint effort. All STDs and CPFs were jointly undertaken by the bank and IFC. The private sector consultations were often led by the IFC, and bringing the private sector perspective to the STD and the CPFs was immensely useful for prioritizing what will be in these engagements.
In the evaluation, IEG makes 6 recommendations. First, enhance guidance to staff, ensuring focused priority setting in SEDs. Second, systematically disseminate the SEDs at the country level. Third, address knowledge and data gaps in CPFs. Fourth, strengthen the CPF results framework to ensure a clear reflection of the ongoing and new program. Fifth, modify CPF guidance for the consistency with the new gender strategy. Sixth, improve budget recording and budget consistency to strengthen One World Bank Group participation.
I think firstly, the dissemination process needs to be more thorough in certain countries. Secondly, building upon the excellent working relationships that have been developed across the bank, IFC, and MIGA as part of this process, we need to use this platform to think through when should the bank intervene, when should other partners come in, and when should the private sector get involved in achieving a certain development result. So that, I think, is broadly the direction that a CPF will need to take going forward.